Coming up on News 3, MTSU is getting students to think more about what's in their cup. Find out why coming up.
And students are worried that they may be next on a Divisive Speakers college tour.
And the women's basketball team is ready to start the season in the right direction after last year's successful season.
All those stories, plus find out if that cold weather is here to stay. News 3 starts right now.
Live from Studio 2 in the College of Mass Communications from the campus of Middle Tennessee State University, this is the News 3 Report.
Taking you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Emily Gibbons.
And I'm Ebony Waters. Welcome to News 3. MTSU is taking action to get students to think before putting their lives in the hands of a steering wheel. This week, MTSU is hosting National Collegiate Alcohol Awareness Week. Students were stopped in the Student Union with information about drinking and also games for students to play to learn fun facts about alcohol consumption. MTSU Police hosted a golf cart and goggles course to demonstrate the effects of drinking and driving. There will be a panel on Wednesday in the Student Union building to discuss more about the issue.
The initiative to make sure that people are making proper choices, they're learning about the alcohol that they're consuming, and they're making sure that they are, really more cautious while they're consuming the alcohol.
If you want feedback about your drinking patterns, Health Promotions has an assessment you can take at Alcohol eCheckup to go at MTSU.
This weekend, White Lives Matter groups will be having a rally right here in Murfreesboro. The rally is expected to have a large turnout this Saturday, but not just of those who are in support of the movement. Many organizations here at MTSU and in the Murfreesboro community are planning to counter-protest. Downtown merchants are being advised to not open their businesses for the day because of the potential dangers. And Richard B. Spencer, a white nationalist, kicked out of his college speaking tour at the University of Florida on Thursday. Many people believe his views are racist and bigoted, but under the First Amendment, hate speech is protected, a legal precedent that many people don't agree with. Reporter Garrett Walker spoke with students to discuss what they would do if Spencer spoke here at MTSU.
Thank you for coming.
Following the events in Gainesville the past week, students are waiting to see if Spencer will visit MTSU in the near future.
He does have the First Amendment right to come here. I would not go to that.
While some wonder if he has the right to speak at all.
I do, because at the end of the day, it's his freedom.
I tend to lean that way, that hate speech shouldn't be protected because people are directly affected by hate messages. And it does have a negative impact that we wouldn't physically allow.
No one really agrees with what he does. I still feel like he has the right to come to our campus and talk about it.
Yet some universities, like Ohio State, have already blocked Spencer from speaking on their campus. So should MTSU take that same step?
I wouldn't say you ban him, but I say if it's just getting out of control with things that he's saying, I would just say you probably want to get him off the stage.
If a white nationalist comes, set up like a diversity celebration on the other side of town. Let the community come together and heal against the wounds that are going to be inflicted.
Although some schools have requested Spencer, many more have denied him. MTSU is currently not on his tour. For News 3, I'm Garrett Walker.
Now, despite Spencer not visiting campus, MTSU President Sidney McPhee urged students, faculty, and alumni to be safe over the weekend, with that White Lives Matter rally coming to town this Saturday.
Well, you guys asked for, your wishes granted. Cool temperatures are here. Find out later while I talk about what you expect through the 7-day forecast, about the lows and the highs throughout the week, and also possible rain showers this afternoon as students are enjoying the day, but also be prepared for some just a little showers, just a few, and also a possible frost advisory coming up next.
Still ahead on News 3, find out how one community center has become the site of an R-rated crime.
And a Native American powwow was held here in Nashville. Stay tuned to learn some of the culture it brought to this city. That's coming up next on News 3. Over the weekend, a powwow in Nashville was hosted by Native Americans from all different nations. Through the event, more than 14,000 people experienced authentic traditions that have been passed down through several generations. For Native Americans, It's all about the details.
I'm Chippewa Cree, and this is a medicine dress. This is a jingle dress, and so it's represents healing and wellness and good, healthy lifestyle.
Each jingle is a tobacco can lid, which represents one idea from the culture of Jana's tribe. Dancing is another one.
Healing, even to those, because when we dance, it's supposed to represent people that can't dance, people that can enjoy that connection with the drum and the song and the creator.
For spectators, learning about the culture at the 3-day event has become a tradition in itself.
I came here, I was a little kid, so I just thought it was interesting to see the people in costumes is what I saw. And then being older now, seeing it, I understand more of their culture.
This powwow is hosted by the Native American Indian Association of Tennessee as a way to educate and share the culture of Native Americans.
The powwow, which is a celebration of life and just the whole existence of being glad we're here and give Native American communities an opportunity to find their community, to have a place where they can recognize what is familiar to them.
Events like these don't happen many times a year, so for the Native Americans living in Tennessee, it's important for them to participate.
It's an opportunity to just connect again back with my culture and my people and the prayer and the significance and the meaning of this dance.
The president of the Native American Association of Tennessee told us they are currently working towards building a Circle of Life center for the nonprofit.
To some people, it wouldn't be October without this festival. The annual Oktoberfest was the highlight of many people's weekends. 8 hours of complete fun and entertainment was here once again in Middle Tennessee. The free event was full of craft vendors for those exploring art, an antique car show for those who love classic cars, and plenty of food for all guests. To make it even more family-friendly, there were over a dozen games and inflatables for the kids. For many, it was a day to get out and enjoy some time with family and friends.
If anybody ever decides not to come to Oktoberfest, you're making a very big mistake, because you are going to feel like family with all of the people here.
For anyone who didn't attend the Oktoberfest this time, the staff highly encourages you to come out next year.
Now, Hermitage is known as a small, quiet town, but the area has recently been added to the list of small towns that are experiencing unexpected crimes. Reporter Portia Mitchell joins us now with the details.
That's right. As crime rates continue to grow, police are finding that they are becoming more irregular and the motives are unclear. Hermitage Park is a public recreation center ran by Metro Board of Parks and Recreation. Local community members frequently use the facility for its outdoor park, yoga programs, and its after-school program for the youth. But what most patrons don't consider is the safety of their cars while in the parking lot. It was reported that several cars were vandalized while being parked and unattended at the park. The word porn was written on them in permanent marker. It wasn't more than just 2 miles down the road that a similar incident occurred at a condo complex. Although it is not known whether the two events are related, staff and community goers are surprised at this incident, being as though the Metro precinct is directly across the street.
I'm a staff member here at Hermitage Community Center. I was actually working my shift when my car got vandalized. By the police precinct being across the street from the premises, I believe we should beef up more police officers around.
My kids do congregate at the community center for their after-school program, and I think it's ridiculous that somebody would violate this parking lot with there being a police station right across the street. I do think that there needs to be better security for the center as far as security cameras, because obviously they don't care that the police station is directly across the street. So.
Community members are hoping the vandalism was just a prank and not something more sinister. Metro Police Department gave a statement recently. They are currently working on installing all new video surveillance cameras on the property. Live from the SIM, I'm Portia Mitchell.
Thanks, Portia. Suspects regarding the vandalism still have not been identified.
To make Tennessee residents more excited about science, the Discovery Center decided to take science to the cornfield. Barrels of hay, a pig race, a corn cannon, and a pumpkin launcher, all the things to complete the first Tennessee STEM Festival at Beatty Farms on Saturday. The Pumpkin Chunkin' event was one of the many events happening from October 12th to the 22nd across Tennessee. MTSU also partnered with STEM to support the festival.
You know, working in the chemistry department, I'm passionate about STEAM and science education, so it's fun to get out here and see my daughter, who's 3, sort of explore, you know, scientific things and get interested in them. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right, well, that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Families gathered to enjoy the many fun but educational activities. The festival was created to raise awareness and build an interest in science, technology, art, and math.
Well, that's a pretty neat event that happened there, but still ahead on News 3, find out how Middle Tennessee State has come up with a new way to help those hurricane victims.
And are you smarter than an 8th grader?
This year is Brianna's 2nd year participating in the Linguistics Olympiad.
A Middle Tennessee student competition that some adults probably couldn't even figure out.
All right, so the current conditions is 62 degrees. Stay tuned while I talk about these high winds and humidity coming up next.
Over 2,500 students are doing it, but MTSU wants more. The College of Liberal Arts is set to achieve a goal here at MTSU. They have made a visible push to spread the message about the positive upside of having a liberal arts education. The new campaign signs Explore, Engage, Enrich, and Earn have been placed around the campus. The meaning is to explore your world, engage your mind, enrich your life, and earn a living. The degree is one of the most popular at MTSU, which offers extreme flexibility for students. Their goal is to show you the right step to earn a fulfilling education.
It's a whole nother field that you can unlock when you explore the history of liberal arts, how liberal arts affects us every day in ways that we don't even know.
Well, if you'd like to learn more about a liberal arts degree, please visit Peck Hall. Now, MTSU has had many efforts on supporting victims this hurricane season. Hurricane Irma and Harvey left many people with nothing in St. Martin and other areas in the Caribbean. This hurricane season is recorded to be one of the worst since 1990. People on the campus at MTSU have started a new fundraiser to help once affected. Raiders Relief is a program dedicated to help the students and others who have experienced the hardships of the hurricane aftermath. All monetary donations are accepted and go towards helping hurricane victims. For more information about donating, please contact Joe Bales at 615-898-5818.
An unpopular competition has many people surprised that middle schoolers can compete in. We have reporter Lauren Frederick live in the sim to tell us what one student has to offer that is helping her prepare for her future.
Are you smarter than an 8th grader? A Middle Tennessee girl takes on a mission that most 8th graders don't think about this early. Ready, set, go. Socially, Brianna McVeigh fits right in with your average 8th grader.
And I was like, what more do you expect?
But academically, she's above average.
I don't really know what job, but I know that I'd want to major in something like applied physics or astrophysics, stuff like that.
This year is Brianna's 2nd year participating in the Linguistics Olympiad hosted by Middle Tennessee State University.
I think I did pretty well. There were a couple that were pretty difficult, but there were some that were just kind of like you started it and then you're like, oh wait, this matches with this.
When I was in middle school, I didn't even know it was a thing. Granted, that could just be the middle school I went to because I do love languages and have all my life. But on average, I would not say middle schoolers are interested in linguistics.
She has no problem stepping out on her own, but wishes her friends could get a taste of what this experience is like.
Especially since I'm the only one from my school here right now. But I feel like a lot of them would enjoy it, but I don't think it really kind of like appeals to them. Like, it's one of those things where at first you don't like it, but then you start getting into it.
Although thanks to this opportunity, she has met and made friends that can relate to her linguistic speech passion.
I'll have to, I want to be a missionary in Albania, so I would have to learn Albanian. That'd be difficult.
I feel like other people would just kind of think it's boring because, I mean, when you first look at it, you're just like, oh, translating languages. Well, I don't really know too much about foreign languages, so I don't really feel like that's good for me.
But at the end of the day, after Brianna structures all of her math, science, and language skills, she's just ready to go ahead and start her future. Reporting for News 3, this is Lauren Frederick.
Thank you, Lauren. As a result in the competition, Brianna McVeigh placed first in her grade for the linguistics competition.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
But very impressive. I don't think I could do that for linguistics.
Well, this morning I woke up and I threw a jacket on. It's probably been the first time I've done that in a
while. It's about that time of the season.
And I heard there might be snow this weekend, but I'm thinking that Kiara is going to have that answer for us. Kiara?
Yeah, guys, like I said before, you asked for it and it's here. The temperatures of low temperatures are finally here. Current conditions right now is 62 with a wind chill of 5 between 15 miles per hour. So the wind is kind of high as well. So make sure you're wearing a jacket because it's going to hit you while you're walking from the Student Union to Peck Hall. Participation is, right now is about 13%. So expect those afternoon showers that we were talking about. So yeah, cooling down, afternoon showers, just like around between 12 and 2 o'clock today, just a few or later on throughout the evening. And as Emily mentioned before, possible snow, but not just snow, but just frost advisory for the Middle Tennessee area starting on Wednesday. But I'll talk a little bit about that more on the 7-day forecast. All right, so tonight's forecast, you have in Shelbyville, 38 degrees, Carthage, 39 degrees, Nashville, 40 degrees, Salina, 40 degrees as well, Waynesboro, 37. So the temperatures just keep dropping from today to night. So again, make sure you're wrapping up and make sure, because you can get, this is time for the season to get sick, the flu and the cold really, really fast if you're not prepared. Tomorrow's forecast, temperatures rise just a little bit in the high 50s. Turning back. Metro radar, as you can see, it's a little dry. Again, just wind blowing, very cool temperatures, nothing happening right now, not until those afternoon showers I was telling you about earlier hit us in the Middle Tennessee area, Nashville area. Let's go on to our southeast radar. So as you can see, that rain I was telling you about, yeah, it's coming slowly down to us, but just for a little while, nothing to be serious about, nothing to bring out the rain boost for, just a slight umbrella and some tennis shoes and you're out the door. All right. National radar. All right, as you can see there, as I was telling you about before, the rain's coming down. You see a little bit in Portland and also a little bit down in New Orleans and Tampa. Rain still taking with us, but you see those cool temperatures coming from the west all the way down to here, and we feel them. Lord, do we know we feel them. The temperatures are very, very low. So you, like I said before, you guys asked for these low temperatures and they are finally here. Now let's talk about our 7-day forecast. This Wednesday is a 30% chance of rain coming probably from today until tomorrow. And then a 40% and 62 degrees tomorrow as well. But that frost advisory between 2 a.m. and 9 p.m. Make sure you are having your faucets on and place something on your car so your windows don't get frosty. Thursday, 57. Friday, high of 70 degrees. Saturday, 67 degrees. But another 40% chance of rain. Also on Sunday, expect a 53 and a 53 on Monday and a 63 on Tuesday. That's all I have for the weather today. Back to you at the desk.
Well, still ahead on News 3, see how the Lady Raiders saved a spot for the championship tournament.
And find out what movies you're going to get spooked by this Halloween season. That's coming up next on News 3.
Kick off sports with soccer. The ladies Raiders hosted a Southern Miss game after a 2-3 loss to LA Tech on Thursday night. Middle Tennessee points leader Peyton DePriest finished off an early chance, giving her a conference high of 13 goals on the year. DePriest later left the game with an ankle injury and she did not return. Sophomore forward Taylor Hatch quickly added to the lead with her fourth goal this year. The Golden Eagles played a tough game, scoring in the late second half, but Southern Miss ultimately missed 2 many opportunities for the victory. MTSU sideline reporter David James spoke to Coach Ashton Roden after the game and said DePriest's injury did not seem too serious. With that win, MTSU scored one of the 8 spots in Conference USA Championship Tournament. The Blue Raiders finished their regular season against UAB in Birmingham Friday at 7 p.m. Now the women's basketball team They are ready to start off the season in the right direction after the success of last year's season. The MTSU women's basketball is hoping to expand the success from last year into this upcoming season with the winning record they finishing with 23-11 to become a top team in the Conference USA. Another grand achievement was head coach Rick Insell being inducted into the Hall of Fame, also becoming one of MTSU's most all-time winning coaches. MTSU starting point guard Ty Petty graduated last year, leaving Insell to rely on other big names on the team such as Alex Johnson and Gabrielle Line. We will see how the latest Raiders compete this year in the season upcoming against Tennessee Wesleyan University this Sunday. Now moving on to MTSU football team, they have been having some struggles during this season. The latest game happened over the weekend against a loss to Marshall. A major contributor to this factor was the failure of Raiders to successfully secure the football, with 3 turnovers for the Raiders and 0 for Marshall, which was a key factor in his blowout victory for Marshall. And a final score of 38-10, the Raiders hope they can bounce back strong against the University of Texas on November the 4th. Now that's all I have for your sports segment. I'm going to send it back to Kiara for our last look at the weather.
All right, as you can see, the clouds are turning gray. As we was talking about earlier, those afternoon showers are slowly coming upon us. Students are starting to go home and go to the library to study for right now, and those temperatures is windy. It's really windy out here, as you can see. The leaves and everything is blowing around me, so make sure you are having something to cover you or cover your head for the rain right now. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Kiara Chambers. Back to you guys at the desk.
So we're gonna float it.
Okay.
Well, it was really
Thank
cold
you.
outside, so Kiara was out there telling us all about that weather, and
She
I'm for sure going to
was.
have that jacket on all week as I'm walking to class and going about my business.
And
so.
I'll continue right there with you. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. I'm Ebony Waters.
And I'm Emily Gibbons.